it's Ricardo and welcome back to Xwing the Special Edition. I've been playing through this in anticipation for Star Wars Squadrons that's coming out in 2020. Now, it's a good old game, Xwing, and I'm going to go through the Tour of Duty missions, and here's a good A-Wing one to start off with. The A-Wing, not so heavily armed, but a really fast craft. So this is going to be an interceptor mission we're going to be doing, and is the second mission of the Tour of Duty Tour 1.
Rebel intelligence is expecting Empire activity in the Delalt system. Rendezvous with the nav buoy and stay alert for Imperial warships. ID all spacecraft. Withdraw without engaging the enemy.
So here's one of the key points we've got to bear in mind here. Not engaging the enemy. Now it's an A-Wing, no astromech on this. Not that makes the slightest bit of difference, but you do get those little chirps of recognition as well on the X-Wing and Y-Wing. So, no R2 unit, very fast ship, okay? I mean, we're going to boost all our shields, we're going to take all our laser energy, we're going to cut that to 0, put that to the engines, and even with the shields on a maintaining setting, we're clicking around 150 speed. We're going to fly towards this Nebulon frigate. We've identified that as the war sprite. Just going to select that nav buoy as well, so we've picked it off. The idea is not to engage the enemy, so we're not going to go shooting any TIE fighters, so we don't need lasers, right? We're going to use the lasers just to bolster up our shields and get them to be charging as well. So, X-Wing. This is the Tour of Duty. Done the historic missions. Pretty cool, to be fair. Really good. Some of them were quite hard, even for a game of this age, which is knocking on a good 20 odd years old. They're in 1993. Then re-released in 1998 under the special edition. Here we are in the A-Wing cockpit. There's those TIE fighters. They're just going to be chasing us, right? They're not going to be able to catch up with us. We're going to transfer all our lasers back into our shields. Then we're going to get rid of any laser power as well. I think once we've started charging things up, we're going to head towards these Corellian corvettes and we're going to do some identification of them. Now, these initial corvettes on this mission, they're not going to fire at you, but subsequent waves are. We've already got the war sprite, which is the Nebulon frigate. We've rendezvoused at the navigation buoy. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of fly past these Nebulon frigates. Everything's going to be fine. So, we've also got a new couple of freighters we've got to do. There's the Corvette. We all know the Corvette. You know, Princess Leia's ship from A New Hope. Yeah, we all know those. Quick fly past. Gets them all identified. And then there's our freighter. We're going to fly towards that. We're going to slow down as we go past the freighter, just going to fly through the middle so we can identify it. There you go, military equipment. Empire military equipment. Now, with this mission, it can be a little bit frustrating at times. The first time I tried it, I thought, right, okay, I've identified everything. There's literally nothing else to do. I don't want to shoot any TIE fighters. So then I shot the TIE fighters. Nothing really happened. More TIE fighters got launched. And then I died. However, as more corvettes jump in, and 3 more have just jumped in now at 1 kilometre, they're going to start firing back. So things are going to start to get a little bit dicey. But with a little bit of shield management, a little bit of laser management as well. So it's all about the management of your power settings, so that if you haven't gone through the historical settings, which serves a bit of a training mission really, you get to know what you're doing within the game, and that's really refreshing as well. And I hope Star Wars Squadrons is going to be equally as easy to pick up, even though you're going to get things like VR and all the rest of it. That's going to certainly enhance the gameplay if anyone's fortunate enough to get some VR. I've been looking at the Oculus S. I reckon my PC will be alright to run that, and it's quite nicely priced. We haven't got loads of money, so just to get into VR, that might be quite good. And of course, there's all the other Star Wars VR games out there as well, which might be quite good. And also there's Beat Saber. Quite fancy that. So, okay, we're heading towards some more corvettes. Going to get them identified up as well. And before long, what's going to happen is, and towards the end of the mission, I must say, more Nebulon B Frigates are going to turn up. Now, before long, these things are going to start firing back at us, and that's going to sort of impact the shields and things like that. Still got the TIE fighters on our tail, but from doing a bit of fancy flying, I've managed to ditch one of the TIE fighters in this mission. They must have just crashed into one of the other freighters, which was advantageous to me. So there you go. There's another corvette we're going to do a fly past on. We're just waiting for more to jump in. I mean, these were cutting edge graphics back in the day. I mean, they're not bad now, really, you know. But like you say, it first came in 1993, and then in the enhancement pack came out 1998 after Xwing and TIE Fighter. And this special edition has all the other stuff as well. The B-Wing missions, Imperial Pursuit, all that good stuff. So it really is, I think, a well-rounded game. And missions are missions. You're never going to get too many ships on the screen. Not like what you go into with Squadrons. But even though, you know, it still represents a good challenge. And I think that's what people need from a game. They just need a good challenge. If it's too easy, people aren't going to play it. So I'm doing some exterior shots now in the A-Wing, flying past some of the corvettes. Just waiting for more ships to jump into system. Shouldn't be too long now. They're not firing at me. The next wave will. Okay, here we got 3 new Corellian corvettes are at 9 kilometers. We're going to target them. Full power to engines. We've got full shields. And we're going to do a nice fly by some of these ships. Corvettes are starting to open up on us now, as we anticipated. Still got a TIE fighter flying behind me. So I can't just stand around to smell the roses. I've got to get myself up and out there and get this A-Wing flying directly towards those corvettes. And it's eating up the distance between us and them with no power to lasers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to approach it from, well, really the left-hand side. But let's face it, it's going to be the upper part of the screen as I swing around. They're starting to open up now. Firing all their green death at me. Here it goes. And a freighter's jumped in, so we're going to do a quick fly past. We're not here to be astounded by the graphics on this game. Certainly not. We want to get it done and get back to the Starship Independence, or the Defiance, really. And get on to the next mission. Bit of shield balancing going on. I'm going to fly past this freighter. Identify that as well. Get back, swing back round, get the other corvettes. Recharge our shields from the lasers. TIE fighters flying past us. There you go. They're shooting. The quintessential Imperial green lasers from their turbo lasers. So you can't just fly straight at the things, because you're going to get hit. And you're going to get hit, you're going to lose your ship. And now, in the missions, if you lose your ship, if you're in Imperial space, you'll get captured by the Imperials. If you're in Rebel space, well, then you'll be picked up by the Rebel medvacs. And then you'll be taken back to the hospital ships. Although, if you're captured by the Imperials, then you'll be interrogated by Darth Vader himself. And one of those interrogation ball droids as well. So we've had a few hits. Look, our targeting system has also been broken. Press D for damage, and you can see, you know, what's been damaged and set it sooner or later for it to repair. But like I say, you know, who's doing the repairs? I haven't got an astromech on this. And that's where this game, you know, needs a little bit of anticipation. Well, who's fixing that targeting computer? You know? Does make you wonder. Coming back in now to one of the corvettes. 2 more Nebulon frigates have turned up. Still taking some more hits. Got to do some more balancing of the shields. That corvette's been identified now. We're going to start powering on towards the last remaining corvette. And then it's on to the Nebulon B Frigates. Right, so we're going to approach this from the aft of the corvette. There it is. He's been identified. Scrolling through the targets now. There's those frigates. Frigate unknown. Powering on now. Getting the lasers up so we can get our shields replenished as we approach it. I'm not sure if they're going to fire at us. I'm certainly not going to start firing at them. Don't start worrying those things, because those things will just take me out. Okay, that's the Harasser. The Nebulon B Frigate, the Harasser. And the Harasser 2. And then a Star Destroyer has jumped in. I'm not going anywhere near that. But that really concludes this mission. Fly in, don't go shooting anything. Scan all the ships. Once you've scanned all the ships, then it's time to Foxtrot Oscar out of here, get into hyperspace, and get back to the Rebel fleet. So the Invincible, the Star Destroyer Invincible has jumped in. But that's not going to make the bunch bit difference to us, because we're back into hyperspace. And that's it. Mission over. Couldn't be easier. Not really exciting though, didn't get to shoot anything. But all in all, a success. I've been Ricardo, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Like and subscribe if you haven't already done so.